Recently, there was a video made by another content creator on how to make your meal prep suck less. This is an important topic for two main reasons. One, Alan Thrall is a former Marine, as your boy is truly, so yes, he is, or at least I consider him to be one of my brothers. And when I see one of my brothers do something that ain't so cool, I think it's best if I say something about it. And number two, the traditional chicken, broccoli, and rice meal prep diet that a lot of these bodybuilders and powerlifters and typical gym goers follow is not necessarily the best meal prep to go with. You see, the whole point of Alan Thrall's meal prep video was to show you how to make your meal prep suck less. Well, this video is to show how to make your meal prep suck even less than Alan Thrall's typical meal prep or whatever that example he showed. So check this out. This is what you're gonna need: beans, brown rice, broccoli, seasonings, and if you really want to get fancy, some onions and bell peppers of your liking. Tip number one is wash your rice by boiling, then straining, and then rinsing. Once you've completed those three steps within tip number one, you can begin cooking your rice. Tip number two, do the same exact thing with your beans. Another thing to take note of is the pot that you washed your beans and your rice in and all that stuff. Make sure that you wash the pot as well too, because you don't want any residue that may have been on the beans or the rice or whatever to still be in the pot, and you cook it. You know, the whole point is to have your food nice and clean. You don't know what type of stuff and whatever they threw on that before it went into the bag. Supposedly it's clean, but God knows what the hell they did, right? Tip number three, snack on something delicious like some edamame while your stuff is cooking, because you didn't plan this video correctly, so you're not gonna eat till really late. So get your calories in. Whoops. I'm gonna have to wait for about like 2 hours for these beans to cook. The rice takes about 30 minutes or so. The broccoli is seriously maybe 5 minutes, if that. But if you have a crock pot, you can actually get your beans cooked in like 30 minutes or so, like super quick. But I don't have a crock pot, so doing mine's the old-fashioned way, I guess. So tip number four is make sure to season your beans or rice before it starts to boil and the steam starts to come up. And the reason why you do that is because if you don't, like, it'll clog up the little pores on the bottle or whatever, and we can't be having that. Some of you may be thinking, what about the rice? Well, the rice is the same thing as far as the beans in regards to the seasoning. And what I did was I put half of an onion and then I cut it into quarters, and I blended it up in a food blender, and then I put half of that little concoction into the beans, and I'm gonna put the other half into the rice. And as a side note, I'm prepping for 3 days. As beans and rice takes a while for it to go bad, you can prep for more. I have. And typically when you cook your beans, they will stay, they actually taste better like on the second or third day. I've always noticed that. It's kind of like pasta. When you cook pasta and you put the sauce on there or whatever, it actually tastes better the next day. Or pizza, as long, obviously, vegan pizza, that cow secretion shit don't fly in this fucking house, because we're here to make real fucking gains, not, herd cows or nothing, or put estrogen into our bodies. So anyway, since it's for 3 days, I'm doing 12 servings of beans and 9 servings of rice. So if you split it up between the 3 days, that's 4 servings of beans and 3 servings of rice per meal for each day from today and 2 days later after that. Now, I will say this as well too. What's great about this little meal plan here is that you can actually make other dishes with the leftover beans and rice. It's getting pretty late in the night right now. Remember one of the previous tips I told you about? Anyways, rice is pretty much done, beans are done, and so the last thing you want to do, so whichever tip this is, because I have forgotten what tip I left off on, you want to boil your broccoli. And do I have to show you how to boil broccoli? You just put water in the pot, and then you put the broccoli in for maybe a few seconds. I put it for like 30 seconds or so till it boils again or whatever, if it stops boiling. And then you just drain it, take it out, salt it, maybe put some garlic on it. You should be good. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the plate. Or Alan Thrall, check this out. Here's a better way to make your meal prep suck even less. Some rice, beans, and broccoli. Now we got to give it a taste test. See how this works out. It's very hot, but it tastes really good. All the spices and all that stuff really soaked into the beans really well. I barely even put any salt into this thing. So I hope you were able to take something of value from this. If you didn't, then I will help you. 1, this dish is much, much healthier. 2, it's much, much cheaper. And 3, no animals had to die. I know Alan Thrall's a very busy man. He's a great entrepreneur. I know he's a father and married and all that stuff, and I'm sure he's got a bunch of responsibilities and lots of things on his plates. But if he is able to afford the time, then I really do hope he gets a chance to watch this nonetheless. And I hope everyone who's watching this video can at least tell him that I made a video on this topic on how to meal prep, or how to make your meal prep suck that much less. So that's it, everyone. Please let me know what you guys think in the comment sections down below. As you know, I love to engage with all of you. Please know that I appreciate every single one of you. I'm the Natural Hulkster. I want to thank you all for watching, and please stay tuned for the next one.